What's up, guys? It's Rob here, and today we need to talk about HYMC stock, Hycroft Mining Holding Corporation, because this stock is pumping up in a big way today on a very crazy catalyst involving AMC of all companies, right? So HYMC and AMC just got involved with each other, and you can see it had a very dramatic effect on the price initially. We have actually subdued as of late. In fact, we're actually down pretty significantly during the trading day itself. Now, there are a bunch of interesting things that we need to discuss regarding HYMC, what's been going on with this company in the past, as well as what AMC now has to do with them, okay? Why they initially pumped up and what might be going on in the future. We're going to talk about all of that. So AMC said it's buying a 22% stake of this gold and silver mining company, HYMC, for $56 million. So they believe that will help Hycroft considerably lengthen their financial runway. Now, HYMC is a gold and silver mining company, all right? They engage in gold and silver mining and exploration. They currently have a 71,000-acre mine in northern Nevada that has 15 million ounces of gold deposits and 600 million ounces of silver deposits. So a reason why AMC is likely buying up a gold and silver mining company is because of the current inflation situation, which we're going to touch on in a little bit. But first, we'll talk a little bit about what HYMC has been up to. So in the third quarter of 2021, they had about $31 million in revenue. And the AMC CEO, Adam Aron, said, "Our strategic investment begin announced today is the result of our having identified a company in an unrelated industry that appears to be just like AMC of a year ago. It too has rock-solid assets, but for a variety of reasons, it has been facing a severe and immediate liquidity issue. We are confident that our involvement can greatly help it surmount its challenges to its benefit and ours." So essentially, he's saying this is a good company. They have good assets, but they just don't have enough capital on hand. Capital has become a little bit tougher to come by in the recent months as we've started talking about rate hikes, and as inflation has gotten a little bit worse, things have started to cost a little bit more. So he is saying that they don't have enough money to do what they need, and he is going to give them the money through this investment, and that it will benefit everybody. So hopefully he's saying that HYMC is overall going to be able to improve the underlying fundamentals of the business to benefit AMC over the long run, to help protect AMC from inflationary pressures by having an investment in a gold and silver miner. Gold and silver are typically hedges against inflation. They typically go up with inflation. And it looks like Adam Aron, the CEO of AMC, is betting that HYMC will be a good company to be holding over the course of the next couple of years, as we might be seeing higher inflation than what we're already seeing. Now, Hycroft said in November that it was halting its initial mining operations due to rising costs for chemicals and other goods needed at their site, and that it would change the way it processes the ore. So these are likely the issues that the CEO of AMC was talking about, right? They had to halt some mining operations. And what's notable is that before they had to halt them, they did get those $31 million worth of revenue, and they ended up mining 14,831 ounces of gold and 91,000 just about ounces of silver. So that is a pretty significant amount, especially considering the market cap that this company has. Now, if you look at the yearly chart, you can see that the earnings call happened right around November. So around that earnings call, potentially on that earnings call, is when they announced that they were halting those mining operations. And their stock did end up moving down pretty significantly off of that news, right? You see there was an initial drop, and then it continued moving down lower and lower and lower until it got to around 28 cents. With this new investment from AMC, maybe that's going to turn around. Hopefully they're going to be able to resume those mining operations and start producing the numbers that we were used to previously. Now, what's notable is that we have an earnings call coming up on the 23rd of this month. So in just a couple of days, we have an earnings call for HYMC coming up. Now, I wouldn't expect the best numbers at this earnings call because, once again, they shut down a bunch of mining operations in November. And since then, I don't believe they've opened them back up. So we're likely not going to see great numbers here. However, due to the investment that just came in from AMC, we're likely, in my opinion, to see somewhat significant future growth projections, okay? Because now they're going to be able to ramp up their operations. They have a big influx of capital coming into their company, and they're going to be able to use that to start getting production back up and running, back to what we're used to. And it's actually pretty significant if you look in comparison to their market cap. If they're getting about $31 million per quarter, and you look at their market cap, $110 million at this moment. In fact, if we refresh, it's $106 million for the whole company, right? Then you're looking at a situation where in 4 quarters, they're actually earning more revenue than their entire market cap. Now, that's not more profit, but it is pretty significant, right? They must have a pretty decent price to sales ratio. We'll see at the next earnings call if that maintains itself, right? Obviously, I would expect slightly less revenue or significantly less revenue because they have halted those mining operations due to increasing costs. But with this influx of capital, hopefully they'll be able to get that under wraps. So that's what I would expect in terms of the fundamentals of HYMC. I would expect them to improve with the money that AMC has given them. Hopefully that will be the case. But in terms of the pumpability of this stock, right? How much can this stock go up? Well, once again, you got to look at the market cap. It's only $100 million, just about $106 million market cap, relatively low market cap. Now, this stock is getting a lot of attention. A lot of the apes from AMC might be coming over to HYMC. They might be investing in it. It's not a guarantee, but this stock certainly is getting a bunch of attention on Google Trends. In fact, it was, you can see, pumping over the past week, right? You can see it was pumping over the past week, but the attention that it was getting on Google is nothing compared to the attention that it's getting now. It has actually made new highs on this pump, but it has subdued significantly since then. I did end up placing a little buy order right around $2, very just barely below $2. I placed a buy order, and I might consider buying more if this thing dips further because we are getting a whole lot of attention on not just Google, but on StockTwits as well. We're the number 4 most active stock, and this news just broke this morning. I would expect this, hopefully, to circulate among the internet across StockTwits even further throughout the rest of the day as more people start looking into this stock. In addition, on Reddit, we've got HYMC down at spot number 29. Only 40 mentions thus far on Reddit. You can see that it's had a massive spike, but I would expect this to increase dramatically, right? Reddit is where AMC and GameStop were born, so I would expect that HYMC might find a bit of a home there as well, might end up getting ranked fairly highly eventually. Hopefully, as more people start posting about that. But the overall reason why a lot of people, why AMC even, is buying HYMC is because of inflation. All right, a lot of people are worried about the inflation situation. They're worried that inflation is running rampant and is likely actually to be running even more rampant over the next couple of months because we have yet to see the inflation that has been caused by the conflict and the invasion going on in Russia and Ukraine and all of the sanctions that have been placed due to that. The rising cost of oil is likely going to factor in a lot for inflation. So we could, over the next couple of months, see these inflation numbers run a whole lot higher. And that could, in turn, provide a spike to gold. In fact, if you look at gold, this is just a chart of the gold ETF, GLD. You can see that over the past year, we've spiked it massively while oil prices were very high, while people were worried about inflation. Lately, we've been on a bit of a decline. But if we continue to see gold rise, if gold continues this trajectory that it's on, then we could see much higher prices, not just for gold, but for stocks like HYMC, gold mining stocks as well, especially if they really get their production numbers up. If they can really start producing more gold every quarter, then it's going to be a cash flow machine, right? If gold prices skyrocket and they're producing more and more gold every quarter, then you would expect that they'd be raking in a whole bunch of profits eventually. We'll have to see what happens with that. Obviously, it's not a guarantee that we're going to see higher inflation, but it is a strong suspicion that I have and that a lot of people are expecting. And you can see that gold, even historically, since the 2000s, is on a pretty monumental run, right? Since the early 2000s, gold has been running up, and it's looking like this could be the next big leg up for gold. People are worried about inflation. That's typically when gold tends to perform the best. And we will finish this off looking at the short interest on HYMC. I know whenever you talk about AMC, you've got to talk about the short interest, and we'll look at it on HYMC. So currently, a bunch of new shorts are getting in to HYMC, according to Ortex. About 20% more shorts in today than yesterday, bringing this up to 22.67% of the free float and 6.06 million shares. So not the highest share count that there could be, right? Not that many shorts in this thing overall dollar-wise. If you do the math on that, 6 million shares short as estimated by Ortex, multiplied by even a $2 price, which it's currently at actually 180, that would be about $12 million short. So not the biggest short position in the world, but once again, this thing is a $106 million market cap. So there's certainly room to grow on this. And if this thing even gets up to $1 billion market cap, that's about a 10x in price. So we could see potentially some kind of short squeeze go down, but that would be a long ways off. We'd probably have to get prices moving much, much higher to actually start squeezing out shorts because the amount of capital that's in this thing, short-wise, is only about $12 million as estimated by Ortex. So we'll see what happens with it. Obviously, I'm bullish on this as of now, right? I am bullish on it for multiple reasons. There are gold-related catalysts that could be moving it up. If we do see higher inflation and an increase in the cost of gold, we could see HYMC moving up. And also, it could now move up for meme-related reasons, right? If the apes from AMC end up getting into this in a really big way, then we could see great stuff for this stock. Obviously, that's yet to be seen. Right now, today, we're not seeing great price action. We saw a big explosion in the pre-market, and then we've pretty much only just sold off today. But we are, it seems, stabilizing somewhat around $1.80. Hopefully we'll regain the $2 level sometime soon. And if not, then, whatever, right? Who cares? No one had a ton of money invested in this thing beforehand anyways, at least probably not. But it does provide the opportunity for a potential run-up. And so I'm going to be in on this. Obviously, it's not financial advice. I'm not recommending anyone do that themselves. I'm just letting you guys know what I'm up to, what some of the news and some of the catalysts are. And if you guys appreciate that, feel free to subscribe to the channel. And other than that, guys, have a great day. I'll see you in the next one.